This is Christopher. He is 29 years old. We retired to Minnesota 8 years ago, and he had been attending ProAct Zumbrota. And so every morning at 7:30, the bus would pick up Christopher, and we would wave goodbye to him, my husband and I, and severely disabled, functions at about the 2-year-old range, 24/7 care, in diapers, has to be fed. He's on multiple anti-seizure meds and has intractable seizures. So when COVID hit last year, we actually had just come back from Florida, having spent a month there, and we were ready to get him back in the program. And we were excited that we were going to get our lives back and be able to do things that we could do. And that COVID changed all of that. So we kept him home. So he went to program one day since January 25th, 2020. So that is sad to think that he came home, and he's been home ever since. And we probably, for the first few months, we weren't really sure what would happen, and so we were at home.
If he had a mask, he would just rip it off.
Yeah, we don't do masks. So the only outings that we really do are Mayo Clinic. That's our big excitement, to go to Mayo Clinic appointments, and we usually go Rochester and Red Wing appointments. About probably 4 months into the pandemic, I think, is when ProAct started setting up Zoom classes. And at the beginning, I thought, because Christopher doesn't attend real well to a computer. He does understand computers. He likes to play on computers, but I wasn't sure how well he would attend to it. So I signed him up, and I signed up for classes that I thought would interest him, which were music involved. And kind of surprised me that one was a move and groove class. And literally it was me exercising and Christopher doing, pacing through our house. He's a pacer. And so that was nice that I was able to move for the hour and still keep Christopher involved. And he was happy to listen to the music. And we also do a sing-along one where people are, they pick a song, and that music goes and the words are there. Many of the clients of the ProAct Red Wing and ProAct Egan are able to read, so they can read the words and sing along, which amazes me to see all of this. Realize that when our son was going to ProAct Zumbrota, we didn't get to see any of it. We would put him on a bus and he would go off to Zumbrota, and then he'd come home from the bus. We didn't see the other clients. We didn't see any of the parents. We didn't get to obviously see the inside of people's homes. We didn't get to see the other classmates of Christopher's. And so the Zoom has allowed us to, but we get to see into your homes, and we get to see all of you. And what's fascinating is many of the clients are able to function very high, and they are able to do things on their, pretty much on their own. They can select songs, they can type in songs that they want. Others function similar to Christopher, and I watch the interaction with either their helpers or their parents, and it just makes you aware that you're not alone is the biggest part. And for somebody who is going through a pandemic, we're all going through the pandemic, to not have that alone feeling is pretty impactful. So I now do Monday through Friday. He's for 1 hour, and we do a Zoom, and it's always music related. It kind of gives us a reason to, we know at 1 o'clock we're going to start to do something with him, and either my husband or I will sit with him. He now knows the routine. He knows he can't have a toy. He will sit and attend to the computer. He's nonverbal. He doesn't select things, but I select songs that I know that he will enjoy. And I find it fascinating to see the same clients are in the same class over and over. So you get to see, there's Jordan, and Jordan is picking out the songs that he, loves. And there's Randy, who, just has the best song choices imaginable. And the personalities of the other Zoom clients is fascinating. And the other wonderful thing that I see is the people who are managing the classes, the teachers, Danielle and Kathy and Asia and Lori are the 4 that we normally see. Just incredibly kind. I watch as a client is struggling to figure out which song, and perhaps not being able to verbally tell them. They know the people so well that they are able to go in and help the person get the song out, or they, you know, bring up some different things. It's just the kindness that I see from the teachers that warms my heart. And 3 of these people are familiar from, you know, they were frequently on the bus coming to pick up my son. And so I know their faces. I also know them from around Red Wing, that I've seen them out and about when, you know, before the pandemic. So it's really, in that way, it makes you feel less alone. He won't always sing along during the class, but afterwards he gets up and he starts doing his pacing and he sings those songs, which always amazes me because some of them are Britney Spears songs, you know, ones that I have never played for him. And suddenly he's singing, and you know, he's nonverbal, so the words are not there. It's more of the melody that he's humming. And that surprised me, that he actually is retaining that kind of stuff, you know, those songs. Another nice thing that I really like about, you know, and we do it for only an hour, is I know that he has to attend for that hour, and that the attending to a computer, you know, it's a skill to be able to sit there and focus. So I'm glad to be able to keep some of these skills, such as attending. You know, hopefully right now he's requesting songs from his father, but
he's asking me to clap and to rub his hands as slowly as we can. Rub, rub, rub as quickly as we can, Googie boy.
He just finished his Zoom class about a half hour ago, and now, or about 45 minutes ago, and that he becomes a little bit more verbal, you know, requesting things. He's a little bit more engaged with me or my husband. You know, it's like some switch goes on, and he knows now it's my time. I can, you know, they're paying attention to me. They're not doing the laundry. They're not, you know, cooking. They're actually paying attention, and I can request things. So what's nice is I can get my husband to be involved in the Zoom classes, and literally I'll go for, you know, my mental health walk, and I will say to my husband, okay, you know, I've got it all open up to the correct email, and you just have to click on this, and then he'll sit and do the class with Christopher. So I'm glad for him too, to be able to see that engagement of our son with, you know, the class, the music, because it encourages him to do this kind of stuff.
Clap.
It keeps our sanity a little bit, tiny bit.
Clap.
Yeah, you think that's funny?